Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, Covington, Alsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. No, actually it's not. It's actually Thursday, May 21st. Full disclosure, I am recording this last night because I need to be at the stadium for graduation this morning at about 6:30, so that's just too much for me in one morning. But we will have a live blog from the stadium, so you want to be sure to check that out. I'm trying something new. You're going to be able to interact live, ask questions, request pictures and stuff like that. I hope, my fingers are crossed, the new tech works. But first, let's check out some boomer trivia. What world-famous celebrity successfully sued an aggressive paparazzi claiming that famous people have a right to privacy? Was it Jackie O, Raquel Welch, Elizabeth Taylor, or Liza Minnelli? Hang tight and we'll let you know that answer in a few, but right now we have a bunch of news, so shall we? The Maryland State Police have arrested a 52-year-old Annapolis man on charges related to the alleged sexual abuse of a minor in Queen Anne's County. Police said that he has been charged with second-degree rape, abuse of a minor, fourth-degree sexual offenses, and second-degree assault. He was taken into custody without incident and is being held at the Queen Anne's County Detention Center without bond. The Maryland State Police Criminal Enforcement Division began investigating the case on April 3rd, and according to the preliminary investigation, all the alleged incidents involved a 9-year-old girl and occurred last summer and this spring on the property of the Eastern Shore Cheer Academy in Stevensville. Police said that the suspect is the owner and operator of the Cheer Academy. The investigation remains active, and anyone who believes they may be a victim or knows someone who may be a victim is asked to contact Sergeant Dadds at brian.dadds@maryland.gov, and Dadds is DADDS. As I thought yesterday, the Annapolis Juneteenth Festival is back on. After some earlier uncertainty, the parade and festival will move forward on Saturday, June 20th, as part of the city's 6th annual Juneteenth celebration. The weekend will include a Cars Elktonia Heritage Park concert from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, June 19th, followed by the downtown Juneteenth Parade and Festival on Saturday. The parade does step off at noon on Calvert and Bladen Streets and then continues to Northwest Street, Church Circle, West Street, and Amos Garrett Boulevard. After the parade, the festival will run from 1 to 9 p.m. at Bates Athletic Complex right there behind Maryland Hall with live music, entertainment, vendors, and food. The event is free. It's also alcohol-free. Mayor Jared Littman said that there were some hiccups with the planning earlier in this week. That was a quote. But multiple city departments worked to resolve the challenges. Bishop Craig Coates, the CEO of the Celebrate Annapolis Juneteenth Corporation, said he was grateful that a resolution had been reached and that the festival will continue as a tradition honoring the culture, the history, and the roots of the Annapolis African American community. City offices are going to be closed on Friday the 19th for Juneteenth holiday, but refuse and recycling schedules will not be affected. Annapolis Transit will operate as usual on June 19th as well. Well, we had an editorial yesterday. Judicial elections may be the most important races voters know the least about. Circuit court judges handle criminal cases, civil disputes and family matters, custody issues, protective orders, juvenile cases, and decisions that can change the course of someone's life. In Maryland, circuit court judges serve a 15-year term if elected, which makes these choices far more consequential than many voters realize. Yet when people get to the judicial section of the ballot, they often have little more than names, signs, and mailers, and slates. And that is the problem. A slate is political packaging, a group of candidates asking voters to select them as a set. It may be efficient for fundraising and name recognition, but it's not a substitute for judgment. Judges should be evaluated individually. Diversity on the bench should include race, gender, age, background, and life experience, but it also should include diversity of thought, temperament, legal experience, and perspective. Voters also do not have to use every vote available in a multi-seat race. If you are confident in one candidate, vote for one. If you are confident in two candidates, then vote for two. The ballot gives you the choice. It does not require you to fill out every line. A slate may make voting easier, but easier is not always better. Before casting a judicial vote, look past the sign, the mailer, and the package deal. Ask whether each candidate standing alone has earned that vote. It could be you, your family, your business, or your neighbor standing before that judge someday. Kailey, a former SPCA of Anne Arundel County shelter dog, is now competing for national recognition and a cash prize after a grooming transformation helped turn a painful start into a new life. Kailey is one of 3 finalists in the 15th annual Wall Dirty Dog Contest. It's a national campaign from Wall and the Greater Good charities that highlights shelter dogs whose makeovers helped improve their chances of adoption. Before arriving at the SPCA in Annapolis, Kailey had been surrendered by the only family she had ever known. She had not been groomed in 4 years, and her small body was covered in severe matting. The mats were so tight that she could barely open her mouth to eat. And after she arrived at the shelter, Patrice McCarran groomed her, spent hours carefully removing the painful mats and giving Kailey the care that she needed. That makeover was more than a good before and after photo. It helped give Kailey a fresh start. She has since been adopted and is now living with a family that loves her. But voting is open through the end of May on TikTok. And to vote, you want to visit the Wall Pets or Wall Animal, and that's WAHL, which is like the hair cutters and the hair clippers. Visit Wall Pets or Wall Animal, their TikTok pages, and then just comment on their page with the hashtag Wall Dirty Dogs Contest on Kailey's video. There is no limit on the number of comments, which means, yes, this is one of the rare times when repeatedly commenting online is not only allowed, but it is encouraged. Now, first place is not bringing chump change. It could bring $10,000 to the SPCA, which would do so much good. So get out there, find Wall Pets or Wall Animal, and vote, 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 vote. This weekend is relatively quiet on events, to be expected, but do try to get out to the Memorial Day Parade on Monday. That's at noon in downtown Annapolis. Today on Canines and Crosstreks, we meet Bonnie and Clyde. They are a non-bonded pair of shepherd mixes. You want to listen to our spot now? Check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos. And man, they are cute. They're only 8 weeks old. And you can get all the information on how you can bring them home to your house. And again, don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your inbox at 7 p.m. every night. That is 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It is perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday, or actually Monday coming up because we're taking Memorial Day off. Here's a link right here in the show notes for you, and feel free to share it. All right, that's it. Now it is time to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world. And if we do, please leave a review somewhere, or better yet, tell a friend to give us a listen. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Covington Alsina, Third Eye Comics, and Mac Medics. As for that boomer trivia, I think we all knew this one. It was, of course, Jackie O, and I believe the paparazzi was Ron Galella. It is Friday. The weekend is here. Now it is time just to say have a great weekend. Be nice to others. Do something fun and keep shopping local. Now you need to hang tight because we have George Young in your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All of that's coming your way in just a minute.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? Covington Alsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, Covington Alsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you like to learn before you leave, Covington Alsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at covingtonalsina.com and click events, or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. covingtonalsina.com, at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through Covington Alsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Friday, May 22nd. More clouds and rain are expected today through Memorial Day Monday for the Annapolis region as the area finally gets a bit of relief from the ongoing drought conditions. Look for mostly cloudy skies today with highs in the 60s along with breezy winds out of the east. With showers and storms likely, though, there may just be a somewhat dry window in the AM hours to help the Naval Academy graduation ceremonies from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. But from there, tomorrow and Sunday are expected to bring more of the same cloudy and rainy conditions, with temps likely getting into the 70s on Sunday. As for Memorial Day Monday, highs are expected to be in the 70s, but more rain is possible, especially in the PM hours, as a frontal boundary close to the mid-Atlantic keeps conditions a bit unsettled, with rain chances remaining elevated into Tuesday as well before Wednesday brings a return of sunshine, with highs in the low to mid-80s. Okay, that's it for today and the long holiday weekend. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Arundel County.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Well, welcome back to Canines and Crosstreks. We're up here at Annapolis Subaru again. It's kind of a gray day when we're recording, but I'm kind of digging the cooler weather as opposed to that 90-degree in May.
Yeah, we got a taste of like a few days of the real summer weather.
There's nothing like Maryland humidity.
Nothing.
It is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's true. You know when it was really hot, though, was last week when you guys were up in Severna Park. At the Blue Ribbon Bash. Come on.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I got the news, man. I saw Taylor's post.
Yeah.
$60,000.
Yeah. 60 grand. Yeah. Yeah, it was very cool.
Great.
A lot of fun.
That is awesome. But I mean, I want to put that into perspective. Okay, this is part of the Share the Love where the Annapolis Subaru and Subaru of America donates money per car sold and leased for a period of time at the end of the year.
Yep.
Last year, you had the Blue Ribbon Project and you gave them $70,000.
Yep.
This
Down
year,
market.
well, come on.
It's all good.
$60,000. This is $130,000 over 2 years. That is absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's awesome. They were very very grateful and you know, it's when you do some research and you figure out what they do and what these kids go through that they help out, it's
a no-brainer.
We want to do more. Right.
No-brainer.
So one of the things that we're also doing here for the rest of the year that I announced at the Bash is that we are going to donate from June 1st until the end of the year. We're going to donate $25 per new and used car that we sell to Katie's fund for the to help out kids that are aging out of the foster care system and need to get their driver's licenses, need to get, driving school, cars,
credit,
insurance, like all of that stuff. So like we just helped a young lady out a couple days ago, get into a new to her little Honda Insight that, should be a good car for her, but she only had to come out of pocket just a little bit of money and we took care of the rest and the Blue Ribbon Project chipped in as well. And, now she's got a car that she can get to school, get to work. But I think that that's one of the things that, when you think of foster care and you think of foster kids, you think of, young kids, but some of these kids are the foster care system goes up to the age of 21.
What then?
What then? Exactly. So, what the Blue Ribbon Project and Stacy Boone does, tremendous job at is they really, and the CASAs also, they try to help these kids, prepare for what life looks like after they age out of the foster care system. So vehicles are very important because that gives them the freedom and the opportunity to get a job
or get
school,
a job, whatever. God, what great
lives.
support.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well,
so
good on Annapolis Subaru. It was funny. You talked about doing research. I was looking through some research on the Share the Love and other dealers across the country. And I saw a thing about Las Vegas Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
Figure big metropolitan area, high rollers, lots of cash in there. They gave $22,000 to a local charity, which is finding people lost in the desert, which is certainly a good charity, but it's important, But besides their general manager, Burton Hughes, he was not nearly as cool as Annapolis Subaru.
Yeah.
Billy Sadler.
All good. All good. But no, we really, I think one of the things that we do a little differently than the other Subaru stores is we really educate our customers on our hometown charity. Like when they leave, they know a lot about the Blue Ribbon Project. They know a lot about what they do. And a lot of times what happens is, and even customers that come in, they don't buy a car.
Sure.
We still tell them about it. And people are like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even know that existed. And then they'll do their research and they'll get into it and they'll end up volunteering or donating or just, creating advocacy for what they do. So it's pretty cool.
So it's all about local.
Well, and plus it's intimidating, to be a young, especially you're in foster, but
Sure.
I mean, to go and buy a car and it's a process for adults, that have been doing it their whole life. It can be intimidating and overwhelming. And you guys are helping them and supporting them in so many ways, which is fabulous.
Thank you.
Kelly, tell us about our pups today.
We have two pups, Bonnie and Clyde. They are not bonded, but they are from the same litter. They're both, of course, Shepherd mixes, 2 months old. Obviously, one's a female, one's a male. Super cute, the best pups. They actually were the ones that went to yoga. So they did puppy yoga and they were
nice.
Great and they did fabulous. So they're very social, very fun. Obviously, with this breed, we are looking for someone who might be more experienced with the Shepherd type of breed because they do require, they don't require, but we ask that people do training.
Sure.
Should do training with all dogs.
You should do training with all dogs. But, if you are familiar with the breed, some people, if they're looking for a puppy and a friend for one of their shepherds at home, that's what we're hoping for too. But they're super cute and really, it'd be great for a family.
But they're not bonded.
They're not bonded. But I didn't want to just highlight one. So one's a male, one's a female.
They could go together.
They could go together. Some people recommend not adopting two young puppy litter mates together.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's
sibling
a lot
rivalry.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what ends up happening. And sometimes just they don't bond as well with the families, and there's just like a whole sibling thing that you're not supposed to do. But
interesting.
I know,
is that
it's
with
really
a specific breed or with most dogs?
It's mostly with certain breeds, but some people feel all breeds should be that way. So it's just a differing of opinion that some people may have. Some vets feel that way and some vets feel like it's okay. Now, cats, on the other hand, we encourage people to adopt two cats together from the same litter.
3, 4, 8.
Right. Doesn't matter. Cats seem to live in more in like the colonies and stuff like that.
So dogs just have more family drama.
They do. That's right. They have more family drama.
Okay.
That's probably the most profound thing that we've had.
I did not know
dogs
that.
have family drama.
Yeah, did not know that.
Well, it's funny though, because you do see some people that just keep like two dogs from a litter or something like that, and
it would probably depend on the size of the land that they live. Exactly. Like if you lived on like a farm
how much you're
or
commit
had
to
acreage
right.
and you had a lot of time to spend with them, then that's one thing. But you take a brother and a sister and they're the same age and you throw them in a room,
and they're just going
together for a long time. They're gonna fight.
Yeah,
true.
Humans and dogs.
Hey, Kelly, I've got a question for you. Last time we talked, you guys had about 30 days over at the mall. Mm-hmm. And here we are. You've got about 8 days. What's the update on Pause at the Mall?
So the update is we are feeling confident that we're going to hopefully be able to stay at the mall.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
All the details aren't worked out. So, but it feels pretty good to say that we're working on it and it's leaning that direction with the mall. And
do you know if it's going to be in the same location?
It will not be in the same location.
Okay.
Either way, we have to leave that location.
Okay.
So we will be leaving that location probably at the first week of June. So we might be able to go over the 30 days by like 3 or 4 days, which is nice. But so we're just in the process of packing and adopting as many animals to good homes as we can, just so that way when we do, and if we are going to move within the mall, that we're moving the least amount of things possible.
Well, good.
Because we got a lot there.
Yeah. Do you know whether you're going to have it about the same size or smaller? Or
that we don't know yet.
Okay. So you're still figuring that all out. I am really glad that the mall has taken up the banner and at least talking with you.
Yes, exactly. So the discussions are going well. So that's good.
Did they mention that they listen to the podcasts and that swayed them one way or another?
It was this podcast that changed everything.
I knew it. They're probably
Especially you said, Billy. What was that one thing you
they're
said? Because
probably
they
not
said
going
it's
to
what
buy
Billy
a Subaru
said.
from us, but they're going to keep the SPCA in the mall. Love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's happening. So glad that's happening for you.
So we thank everybody for stepping up and rallying for us. So we want to make this happen for the community, and it sounds like they do too.
And they learned their lesson. Don't F with the SPCA.
These animal people. Come on now. Don't
Very
mess with
passionate.
them. That's it.
Car and drivers loving the Trail Seeker, although I'm not seeing too many out on your lot.
It's because we sell them all.
Yeah, they were saying it's a wagon-like profile, adventure-ready details, and no-nonsense demeanor show that Subaru is clued into what its EV customers really want.
Yeah, no, that car's sweet. It's really nice.
It's nice. Now, the Trail Seeker is sort of the middle-of-the-line size, right?
Call
That's
it like Outback size.
Outback Forester-ish
Yeah.
size? Okay. And it's the Uncharted, which is the
Uncharted's
smaller
going to be like
Crosstreks
Crosstrek-ish size.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, question for you. Do you know, maybe you don't know this, but I read that there's a lot that doesn't need to be replaced on an EV, just as far as mechanically goes, as opposed to like an engine, a gas engine.
Mm-hmm.
But they said the tires wear more on EVs. Do you know, is that just because of the battery weight?
I mean, they are heavy for sure. And it also depends on like they EVs, I mean, especially the Trail Seeker, they have some serious juice. So like when you hit you don't call it the gas pedal, but the go pedal.
The go.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that might have an adverse effect on the tires, but yeah, I mean, the brakes last a really long time because of the regenerative braking. So instead of having to take your foot off the go pedal and put it on the brake immediately, a lot of times when you take your foot off the pedal, these cars are going to slow down on their own. So you use a lot less brakes, but. Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't heard any customers complain about, tires or anything like that. I think it's probably pretty standard.
Is it?
Pretty equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But you also don't have to change your oil.
Yeah, true. And you said it's got some get up and
you
go.
You still should rotate your tires.
Yeah.
Every 6,000 miles. But yeah, those things have some juice.
So it's like from Annapolis to Ken Island in 2.3 minutes, something like that.
Not during commissioning week.
It's a little crazy out there with the traffic right now.
Yeah.
I have been amazed in every EV that I've been into as far as how fast they do go.
Yeah.
And I remember my uncle had one of the new, like a Corvette. I don't even know the numbers, but it was like a C5 or an E, something like that. And I remember one time he said, "Oh, go change the radio station." I went to turn a knob on a radio station. For those kids that are listening, they used to have knobs for radios and cars.
That's right.
And I reached forward to get it, and he stepped on the gas, and it was just like threw me right back in the seat. There was no way I could do it. And that's very similar to the EVs today. I mean, they really have quick acceleration.
Yes, they do.
That probably takes a lot to get used to if you're coming from a gas engine.
Yeah, I mean, it just, it does take a little bit of adjustment because you can, they're also so quiet, right? That like, you don't even realize that you're going 80, I mean, you're like, right. And you look down and you're like, oh my God, I need to chill out a little bit because it's so easy to go fast.
Meanwhile, that cop on the side of the road is going, yes.
You have to have some self-discipline, use the cruise control.
Well, I think there's a big difference with the hybrid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, wow, it is
Got some
really
juice.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I was very
It's also
pleasantly
quiet.
surprised. Really quiet. Yeah. Someone got in my car yesterday and they're just like, oh, I didn't even know the car was on,
Is it on?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
It did take a little bit to get used to that because, you always have that fear of like, oh my God, I'm going to break down. And then you're thinking, did the car stall? No. So, but
Yeah, but the Crosstrek hybrid, the Forester hybrid, they're freaking awesome.
love it.
Like
Love it.
really,
love it.
really, really nice cars. So definitely recommend that.
I know we're looking at Pints for Paws coming up pretty
Yeah.
soon. That's 10 years old, going to be on the 30th at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium.
VIP is sold out and no more space for vendors. It's going to be a great one. We're going to have the most brewers we've ever had there. So that'll be cool.
Cool.
And we have some food trucks and just lots of fun vendors that'll be there. And we're excited. Hopefully the weather will hold out for us.
That's always been a really good event. I mean, you guys have really good events between, you've got the
Fun one.
puppy plunge and you've got, obviously Lights on the Bay and, the Walk for the Animals and this, and even the comedy thing that was postponed from last time.
Yeah.
Always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun.
Do a great job, Kelly.
Oh, thanks, Billy. So
Well,
do you.
you guys do too. Well, Bands in the Sand. I mean, I know you don't do a lot of
Bands
planning
in
for
the
that, but that's coming
Sand.
up in a couple weeks. So
Holy crap, that is coming up in a couple weeks.
What is it, like 3 weeks?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's June 13th. Yeah.
You got some time, Billy.
we got a little bit of time.
Got some time. Got to get your shark shirt out or something.
Oh yeah, I
Wear
think I
something
might.
cool.
But I think I wore that last year.
Oh boy, then you can't wear this shit.
Couldn't
Yeah.
wear the same
no,
outfit
not
twice in a
Billy.
year.
I might though. I could. We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, so you got Pints and Paws on the 30th. You've got Bands in the Sand on June 13th. Puppy Plunge August 23rd. And to be determined, the Walk for the Animals in the Fall. So
Good lineup.
it is an outstanding lineup. There's also an outstanding lineup of 2 puppies named Bonnie and Clyde that need to go home too.
And they love yoga.
They
We
love
know
the-
that for a fact. They did yoga, so we know that they will
if
be
you-
your yoga partner.
If you've ever been up to learning yoga,
Mhm.
do it with a pup.
That's right.
A yogi puppy. I
The
like it.
yogi. But these guys are shepherd mixes, very cute, female and a male, not bonded. Potentially could be, but probably not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because of
There you
sibling
go.
rivalry. And how long have they been at the shelter? Do you know?
Oh gosh, they've been with us only about 4 weeks. They're only 2 months old.
Yeah, that
Wow.
stinks.
Little babies.
That stinks.
I know.
So, well, they've been with the SPCA for half of their lives right now.
Yeah.
So let's get them home real quick. You can get that started at aacspca.org or go down to visit them, snuggle with them, play with them, and see if they're the right match for you and your family. And I'll tell you, the shepherd mixes are just so loving.
So
I've
cute.
got to say that the dog we talked about, Doug, was it the dachshund that was the
Fred.
guilty dachshund?
Fred. Yeah.
I see that he's not there, so apparently he's been adopted. So we can't touch that
He was
guilty.
the one you pulled up.
We
Remember
will
last
never
week with the
know.
look?
We'll
Why
never
did
know.
Fred have that
What'd he
guilty look?
do? Did he poop in the corner? I don't know.
I bet he gets sent back.
No.
He says, "You didn't tell us."
He's gonna get home
Tell
and
us
do
how
all those
guilty he
things.
was.
Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
But I'm glad to see that we're not going to be talking with him. So that's,
Yes.
it's good that he's got a home and is out of here.
Love it.
But, well, I guess next week is going to be very close to June. And we're going to be a couple days away from
We're
June.
still in
29th.
May. Holding on. What is it?
Still holding-
Mayflowers? No.
April.
Showers?
April
April
showers,
showers
bring May
bring May
flowers.
flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, May doesn't bring
I was
anything.
correcting you and I was wrong. No, it's
No,
it's
not.
Mayflowers.
It's Mayflowers.
Oh.
Showers.
There you go.
Showers.
We'll see. So we will see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Sounds good.
Get ready to hit the sand. Tickets are on sale now for the Chesapeake Bay Foundation's 20th annual Bands in the Sand. Join us June 13th at the CBF Philip Merrill Environmental Center in Annapolis for an unforgettable night featuring alternative rock legends Vertical Horizon, Swamp Donkey, and Misfit Youth will round out the music with performances sure to keep you dancing all evening. Dance on the beach, enjoy all-inclusive food and drinks, and celebrate the bay. Snag your tickets at cbf.org/bandsinthesand before they sell out. Again, that's cbf.org/bandsinthesand. This is the party of the year. Don't miss it. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.